My sweet, lovely Geminis, this is your horoscope for May 2025. In May, first half of May, we will have a bit of a bumpy ride, but second half of May, we will have reward. It will be amazing. Second half of May, we just need to survive a full moon, which will happen first half of May. Now, let's get from the beginning, start from the beginning, and always don't forget to check your rising sign and moon sign too, because they all might play out. Now, May 4th, we have big thing going on, Pluto going retrograde, meaning slowing down, moving backwards. Now, Pluto is newly found, like new home, for next 20 years in your ninth house of all things related to foreign people, foreign lands, foreign deals, languages, studies, education, all these things is ninth house. Now, it's retrograding until October 14th. So it's slowing down. It's sending you to retrospective motion. Now, because it's a slow moving planet, it moved only until third degree of your ninth house. So now it's going backwards until first degree where it started its journey. So those, if you have right in the beginning of Gemini season birthdays, or if you have placement from first to third degree of any sign, but of course Gemini also, because it will be affecting you, but it's sending like trine, to your zodiac sign and to your sun. It's sending trine aspect, which is positive aspect. So anyhow, Pluto will be giving you second chances to look at what you've accomplished since last October 2024, ever since Pluto went into your ninth house. Now, those of you who has these placements, you will have maybe second act, second chance to redo something or to reshape something, give a second thought, or maybe, there will be some pause in some things that you started back then, which is related to your education, related to foreign deal, or to moving somewhere, or to some travel. For example, you've been planning to travel, let's say since winter, to travel in summer 2025 somewhere far, but then now when Pluto goes retrograde, for one or another reason, you might need to postpone that travel, or something will be required from you. Maybe it's a paperwork. Ninth house is also all things legal, like travel documents, citizenship, or maybe passport. Or it could be also, if that is your case, it might be involving a legal case. Like if you're in a lawsuit, or you're just following some lawsuit, let's say, then those things might pause. Those things might need some revision, more deep studies before the final ruling comes out. Pluto rules your house of work, and for a lot of you guys, it might be about contract, job contracts, some deals, negotiating. Maybe you will be reshaping your contract with your current company to whom you work. Or maybe you will start looking at some other companies that are located in a far places, definitely not in your place. Or it can be also revising your assignments and job duties in general. There is something, there will be some shift going on there. And if your situation involves also health matters like well-being, and finding in that healthy, let's say, lifestyle meaning of your life, Pluto might also give you this deep introspective sort of mood, into those topics in your life, how that affects you, how that your lifestyle affects your understanding of your life meaning, let's say, and in general, where you're moving, What is the meaning of life? Is it a living healthy? Is it like about routine? What kind of routine you have daily, like from morning until evening? What do you do? How you spend your time, your energy, and in general, whole your day, my dear Geminis. May 12th, we have this difficult, a little bit hard to navigate full moon. Now, full moons are about conclusion, or they put some spotlight onto some situation or something that has, that needs your immediate action. Now, this full moon will come as a big surprise, blowing up everything around us, because Uranus, planet of surprises, will oppose it directly. Not an easy aspect. Now, it involves, some relationship, type of relationship there. Now, those of you who are born 12th of June, plus or minus 5 days, you will be affected the most, because it's hitting your 22nd degree. Now, full moon will be happening in your house of work, my dear Geminis. It will, it's about job that you have now, or that you want to see the opportunity. Let's say maybe you are changing, maybe some colleague is leaving your team, for example, but that will come as a shocking news, as a shocking revelation. Or maybe it's your boss, your manager, or it can be also that company is going bankrupt, let's say, and they announcing they're closing, and because of that you're losing your job. It can be that too, but this news will be such a shocking one, sort of unexpected, and it's coming from far places, because Uranus is located in your 12th house, in a hidden house, something behind the doors going on at your job, at your current company, that very soon, around this May 12th, it will come to light, and it will surprise you, not in a good way, I would say. Now, and it might be about foreign relationships, some sort of change of contract here. A lot of you guys might leave your job, for example, you quit your job, but that decision seems like won't be yours. Now, Pluto, ruler of this full moon, will also make harsh angle with Mercury. Now, they will be arguing. Mercury is your ruler, my dear Geminis, which will be located also in your hidden part of your chart. Information comes from far, my dear Geminis, and or, for example, you locate your location will be far, or someone else's location. If it's related to a person or information, just so you know that it's something that is from a foreign country, possibly. And now Pluto will be in your ninth house of all things foreign. You see, these two, and Pluto and Mercury, they are suggesting that this thing that is blowing up on full moon, it might be related somewhere, something or someone who is not in your place, who is not in your city, not in your country, let's say, somewhere from a different location. That news is coming, this full moon's information is coming. It's a little bit like a similar sort of full moon that happened on February. That was also a bit of a big surprise and shocking information. Now, this one will have similar vibrations, but it's not entirely the same. Now, don't worry, universe will try to help us, all of us, and Saturn and North Node, both of them, they're conjunct in your house of career, in your house of social status and reputation. They will be sending positive trine to that full moon, and will try to mitigate Uranus's effect, sending another good aspect to Uranus. Now, North Node is a destiny, so whatever will be happening, I call this full moon something happening suddenly, shockingly, but in a long run, you will benefit from that. So remember this thing. I know it's hard in the moment of the things, when everything is falling to the ground like crashing, it's very hard to see the logic and the benefit. It might seem very painful, but in the long run, this is how universe is working behind the scenes. You will benefit from that situation. So always have faith, my dear Geminis. This type of full moon is this kind of when something, this gets destroyed or finished, like concluded. That is for good. Actually, that will be for good. You will see it much later in your life. Now, Saturn and North Node, they're in your reputation house, and plus Saturn rules your money house. Whatever will be happening seems like your money will be secured. You will have funds to fix whatever will be there. Even if you will stay out of job, someone in your life might be offering you help as a financial help. It might be your husband or wife, for example, because they will have a stable job, as it seems here. Plus, they will have a reputation and some sort of high position in society to sustain sort of life for you and for themselves, for example. Or you will have another sort of governmental help, some sort of financial loan or something. You like, maybe it's a social service. You will have here, it seems like, and mental and psychological and financial help. Whatever will be happening here, you will be secured, my dear Geminis. And anyhow, if you're gonna lose your job, you will always have this, your reputation and name for yourself, so that you will easily find any other opportunity. And view this situation as, that universe is destroying this job that you have so that you are, advancing your career more, because Saturn and North Node is there. They are there and they are working behind the scenes to help you out, my dear Geminis. May 20th, Sun goes into Gemini. Happy birthday, my dear Geminis, May Geminis. Now, Sun represents energy, it's vitality, it's our life. And when Sun hits your sign, this is when we feel the surge of energy. Make sure to celebrate your birthday. I always say solar year is as important as any new year, if not the more important, because solar year we set intentions. Be in a good mood, be in a good circumstances, surround yourself with positive people that you love to communicate and see around, and be on a higher vibrations. That's how you're going to manifest the life that you want. And solar year, this timing is the perfect timing to set the intentions, to set the clock for upcoming your solar year. Solar year is the year that starts from your birthday, my dear Geminis, until next birthday. Now, May 25th, we have another big thing, Saturn. I call this planet strict teacher of our universe. Now, Saturn has rules. It's a planet of restrictions, and it's a planet of hard work and responsibilities. Moving into your 11th house, first time, I don't know, ever since 29 years. Now, Saturn takes long to come back to one place in the natal chart. So it takes, roughly speaking, 29 years. So it hasn't been in your 11th house 29 years. So now this is, it's a huge thing going on. And Saturn will stay there until September 1st, because then it goes retrograde. Now, until September, from end of May until September, you will have a chance to notice, to get the preview and a little like hints and messages from Saturn, what it's going to bring into your life. So get ready, put up your antennas and try to, rise your awareness to notice what will be going on in your life, while Saturn will stay there in your 11th house. Now, I will tell you what is 11th house all about. But let me tell you, Saturn will go back into your 11th house, will come back on Valentine's Day next year, 2026, to stay for 3 long years. Saturn stays in one part of your chart, usually 3 years, remolding it. This is one of the main words, rebuilding it, because Saturn is sort of, when it comes to one part of the chart, it checks the foundation. Whatever is the foundation, if that foundation is solid, if that foundation is unbreakable and very happy one, you might not even feel this Saturn. But if something is there shaky, if something is there, already not stable, it will destroy that. So get ready for Saturn in your 11th house. And the 11th house, my dear Geminis, is about friendships. Now, your friendship circle might shrink, sort of, because Saturn also makes it smaller. Whatever it touches, it makes it smaller, it makes it restrictive, sort of unavailable, let's say, less available, less opportunities. And 11th house is actually expansive house, but here when Saturn comes in, it makes your world smaller. And even for some of you guys, it might make your wishes and um, plans, future plans, much smaller. Let's say planning, if you've been before planning for 5 years ahead, now with Saturn will make you to focus on right now situation, like upcoming month or 2 months, or maximum maybe 1 year. You might be having some plans, but not like before 5 years. It might shrink you. It might make you focus on your plans that are achievable within a year, let's say, or within a month. And in general, your wishes might shrink too. And consequently, 11th house is about friendships. Your friendship circle is sort of getting smaller. You will be focusing more on friends that are, those relationships with friends that are stable, that are more close, that are more intimate, let's say, and more trustworthy. Those friends who are not your real friends, they will all go. This is the plus side, amazing side of Saturn. Saturn will help you clean out your friendship zone. It will, release you from those people who are not serving you any good and who are just, I don't know, hanging there, sucking the energy, let's say, from your life. So Saturn here will clean up for you the space, actually, for the next 3 years. Now, 11th house is also a house of social media and popularity. Now, Saturn, for some of you guys, might bring popularity, even though it's a restrictive planet. But if you've been working before towards that, if you've been putting some efforts, if you've been a diligent student, let's say, and if you've been doing your homework, then it will give you a reward. Saturn is the planet that leaves reward when it's going out from that sector. So it might happen actually. Any planet that are these kind of slow moving planets, they are the strongest affecting us when they are on the verge of, like, between the verge of two signs, when they are going out and going in, come back and forth, like right now, in 2025, whole this year is packed with this kind of transits. Now Saturn is now between your 11th house, and previously it was in your 10th house. Now, while it will be moving between these two parts of your area, you might get recognition at work, your career also, because Saturn likes to leave some gift when it's leaving, for saying thank you, that you've done you passed all the tests, let's say, and assignments. Now, in 11th house is the same. It's about harvesting results for what you've been doing for the last 29 years, let's say. If you're at that age, you might recall back 29 years ago how your life was sort of back then, so you might get some clues. what kind of life is expecting for the next 3 years with Saturn in your 11th house. But if you're young, it could have been transit of your childhood, actually. So anyhow, Saturn plus also rules your house of money in general. And in 11th house, again, it won't be a great time to share money with your friends, or to borrow money to your friends, or borrow from your friends. This won't be a nice time for the next 3 years. I would say, don't do any businesses, let's say, with your friends together. If you're gonna do it, better if you, let's say, 100% sure or trust that person, because Saturn will test that business and that relationship that you're building together and putting money together in. May 27, we have amazing new moon. Now this is the reward part of from universe for May month, and we will have amazing new moon in your first house. Now this one is a lovely one, and it's happening in your sign. Each year we get only one new moon. This will be the time when you need to set intentions and use this new moon, because it's amazingly positive. And it will conjunct your ruler, and the new moon's ruler Mercury will be also in your sign, in your first house. Those of you who are born around 27th of May, you will have a lucky edge here around this new moon, but every Gemini actually will benefit, because the new moon is happening in your sign. Now new moons are new energies, and Pluto, planet of transformation, that is in your ninth house, will amazingly support that new moon. It will send trine, the loveliest aspect, supportive aspect, from your ninth house. So seems like by the end of May, you might travel somewhere far, or you might start planning traveling somewhere very far across the ocean. It's more than 3 hours flight, more than, I don't know, even 6 hours, like a sort of journey somewhere very far. You might start sort of travel plans, booking things around this new moon. And Pluto is also your ruler of your work. For some of you guys, it might be a contract for a new job opportunity, which is located, that company might be located somewhere far in some foreign country. Or all in all, because of that job offer, you might be getting news that you are relocating to another country, sort of new life starting for you. Now, first house is also house of how we'll look. This will be amazing time to change your style, to experiment with your look, if you want to do so here. It will be amazing one, and it seems like you might be doing something, changing your appearance in a foreign land, like maybe plastic surgeries or medical procedures, something to change how you look, my dear Geminis. And Mercury will receive also support from Saturn and Neptune, that are newly together in your 11th house. Now, and Neptune and Saturn, they are slow moving planets, and this is whole new energy in 11th house. It can be about investor support. It can be also too, it's about opportunity here. You might get opportunity to invest into something, or to attract investors into your business, into your dream, into your future, and in general future business. This might be about that too, like related to work. And 11th house is also house of children too, and here, if that was your wish, you might hear news about pregnancy too, my dear Geminis. You might get a new social status, a mom to become, for example. Now, this new moon, you see how all these karmic planets are taking part in this new moon, and they are all supporting it. Such amazing boost of energy by the end of May. Whatever you have in mind, plan it to the end of May. This is amazing time. Everything will go faster and much successful. Plus Venus and Mercury and Mars, they will be all out of their shadow periods after long retrogrades by the beginning of year. So end of May definitely will be the time to go full force after your biggest, wildest dreams, my dear Geminis. Love you all. Bye bye.